Hey guys, Duncan Meter, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. I've been getting a lot of requests for some very basic firearms videos, so I'm going to do a series here of about 3 or 4 videos that are going to be super basic. So if you are an experienced firearm owner, this may not be the right video for you, but if you are somebody that is new, you're trying to learn, you've just got some basic questions, and you just want to get some answers, and you may feel embarrassed or shy to just ask somebody, hopefully this series is going to be helpful to you. I get a lot of comments on my channel sometimes from people saying, if you don't know how to do this, you shouldn't own a handgun. Well, you know what? Everybody has to start somewhere, and do not be embarrassed to watch this if you don't know the answer, or if you just need a refresher. Hopefully this helps you, and if you are an expert, then don't watch the video. I can't tell you how many people comment, I can't believe somebody is watching this, meanwhile they're watching it. But anyway, let's get right to it. I want to show you how to load a magazine and put the magazine into the handgun, because as self-explanatory as that may seem to a lot of people, to somebody that is brand new, you may have no idea. And you're a little embarrassed to ask the gun shop owner, your friend, someone at the range, so you're coming here online. So let me show you. Right here on the table, I've got, as an example, this is a Glock 43 semi-automatic handgun. And then I've got some different magazines here. These are from a Glock 19, this is from a Glock 26, and again, we're going to have the magazine on the 43. But it's the same for any Glock and really any semi-automatic handgun. A revolver is going to be different, and I will do a short video on a revolver as well, just so you guys know. So right now, I'm just going to pick the handgun up, and to remove the magazine, right, because to load it, you've got to first remove it, you're going to see right here a little button. And you basically just depress this button and take the magazine out. So now it's out, and we're just going to put it to the side. One of the main things that everybody should know how to do, aside from taking out the magazine, is to ensure that the firearm is unloaded and safe to be pointed, in any direction, although you should never point it at a person. So to do that, we're going to drop the magazine as we just did, and now we're going to just look to confirm that there's no magazine here. And next, I want to rack the slide backwards, because when you rack the slide, if there's a round in the chamber, it's going to eject the round right from here. So I'm just going to push this back, and I'm going to push this lever up, which is the slide release, and I'm going to lock it. So now that it's locked, I can clearly see all the way through, and I can see that there's no magazine and there's no round in the chamber. So we know 100% now that this firearm is safe and unloaded. With that being said, now we want to load a magazine. And so you pick up a magazine, whatever one goes to whatever, firearm you own, and you're looking at it, and it's, it's not really very clear. When you look at this, this is orange, and this is a follower. And this is here just to kind of show you when it's empty. So when you see orange coming through the top here, if this magazine fit this firearm, you would know right away that it's empty. And Glock went to orange followers as opposed to the older traditional black followers. That way it's a little easier for you to very quickly and visually see that it's empty. So we will use this magazine that goes to this handgun as an example. So I'm looking at it right now, and there's no clear indication. There's no arrow. It doesn't really have the shape of the bullet anywhere, so it's unclear. And even to insert the magazine back into the Glock, you're like, well, which way does it go? Does it go this way? Does it go this way? This is the easiest way to determine which way the bullets go. When you're looking at the magazine, just look at the back, and this shows you the numbers. So these numbers show you the rounds. So when this little circle is filled in and you can see the bullet, that means you've got 2 rounds loaded, 3, 4, 5, and so on. As you get to some of the other magazines, and I live in an unfriendly state, so this is essentially a single stack as opposed to a double stack, which is kind of offset to fit more rounds into the magazine. But the fastest way, just look at it. When you see the holes and you see the numbers, that's going to be the back. So the bullet's going to go that way. And also, if you're looking at it, you can see it's kind of open here. There's a little more space, and it gets tighter back here. So the way you load this is you take the bullet, and you press down on the front here, and then you just push it back, and like the back of the bullet kind of is grabbed in by these 2 metal tabs here. And then that's basically how you load it. So you take your next round, come in here, you push it on top of the first, push down, and just load it like that. Now Glock magazines and most magazines, they become harder and harder and harder as you load more rounds, because what you're doing is you're compressing the spring in here and it's getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And also, if we can see here on the camera, we can see that the little hole here for 2 is filled in, for 3 is filled in, and for 4 it is not yet filled, or I think it is filled in actually. Yes, it is filled in. So that's basically how you load a magazine. And then when you're done loading it, and I'm going to take these out because I don't actually want to load my my handgun right now. But when you're done loading it, and it's going to be like this with the bullet facing forward, you take the magazine where the bullet is facing forward, and you place it in to the handle, and you're going to push it until you hear it click. And that click is basically this little section right here of the magazine is being clipped in to the release lever. That's what locks it in to the handgun. So we're going to push it. We heard that click, so now we know it's locked in there. And then if there was a round in here, when we release the slide, what's going to happen is the slide is going to take the round from the magazine, and it's going to push it in and chamber it into the barrel. So you would, if there was a round in here, you would take your thumb and you would push down on the magazine release, and then it would strip that first round off the magazine and into the chamber, and then this handgun would be ready to fire. Again, just proper safety precautions. If you're not going to fire the handgun, if you're not intentionally clear on your target, what's behind the target, and if you're not ready to fire it, what you would want to do is keep your finger like this, same way I have it, off the trigger, but ready to go to the trigger if necessary. So that is essentially how you load a magazine. I will tell you that I have another video, and I'm going to link it to here. I'm going to put it in the description, and that is to use the Glock magazine Speedloader. And it's called a Speedloader because basically what it does is it's a piece of plastic that comes with every Glock, and it goes onto the magazine, and what it does is it depresses the follower, and it depresses it with this little tab. It's very easy to use, and it allows you as the user to put the rounds in easier without hurting your thumb. Because again, this is a small magazine. This only takes 6 rounds, and then you can have one in the chamber. But as you get to a 10 round, a 15 round, whatever the count is that you have, it becomes exponentially harder and harder to kind of push that follower down. Listen, a lot of people can do it. It's not impossible. But if you're older, maybe you have arthritis, maybe for whatever ailment or disability you might have that kind of hurts your hand or your joints, the Speedloader is so much easier, and it really helps. So I'm going to post that link. I hope that you find that video helpful. Every Glock comes with a Speedloader. Maglula comes or makes a really good Speedloader as well. I'll post that link as well. And then I hope this video helped you. Do me a favor, like and subscribe. And this is going to be the first in a series of several very, very basic videos to help you, the new firearm owner, kind of get a grasp of how things work without being afraid to ask somebody. Thanks for watching, and stay safe.